So my name's Tim, I'm 42, I live in Bridgewere, and about 6 years ago at the age of 36, my life changed forever. I had a stroke. I've got a wife and 2 amazing kids. I was very hands-on. You know, I loved doing things with the kids. I was quite physical. I'd throw them about and I'd take my wee girl out for bike rides and stuff like that. So yeah, I was quite a hands-on dad. I was the kind of guy that I would go to fives and I would sprint. We'd play for an hour, I would sprint for an hour solid. I wouldn't stop. That night at fives, didn't feel quite right. I had a bit of a headache, felt a bit nauseous, but it turns out that that was me having my first of 3 strokes that week.
If you were to think about somebody who wasn't going to have a stroke, typically, you would never think it would be Timmy. Unlike him, but he cooked that day on the barbecue and made us food. And we were all sitting in the grass outside, and it was lovely. It was just a really nice time. And Tim tried to speak to me and things just didn't come out. He tried to get his glass and he knocked his glass over. And so it kind of was a heart in the mouth panic moment of calling an ambulance and trying to get people here to look after the kids and things like that.
They put me in acute medicine. What is now my consultant, Dr. McManus. She's the stroke consultant at Paisley. She heard a rumour about me in the hospital and she came to check. What's this about a young man with these symptoms? And she came and checked on me and she saw the symptoms. She phoned Queen Elizabeth and said, I've got a patient with A, B and C. They said, blue light him over, he needs a craniotomy. Well, they took a bit of skull out to let my brain expand because it was swelling, it was starting to crush my brainstem, which would have basically stopped my heart if she hadn't been there at that time. My heart would have stopped. Obviously, he was admitted, so then I was sent home. But then I didn't hear anything after that. And I knew that it was odd, but I thought, maybe his battery has run out, maybe, you know, you make excuses. And then I went up to the hospital on the premise of giving him stuff. And I was ushered into a side room and told, your husband suffered a stroke. And what I thought was, yeah, I saw it happen, but he's fine. But when I walked into the ward, he couldn't sit up. His face had completely drooped. His left side was completely disabled. He was cognitively not completely present. I was yellow all over from the surgery, from getting a bit of my skull out, and it looked like a cannonball had hit me in the head. She was a wee bit worried. She kind of looked at me like, you don't look like Daddy. But eventually, Jen managed to convince her that I needed her. So she came up and she held my hand. That was just like, that's it. I took off, you know. So that was a big moment for me. I'm doing this, I'm getting through this because she needs me. Life can get better and you can still have an enjoyable life. You know, it's not the end. You just have to adapt. Adapt. To find new ways of getting joy in your life. It's impacted a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and a lot of people will miss, no more than Timmy, will miss who he was before, but are so thankful that he's here.
We can't go on bike rides with him, and he can't really run, but we can still go on walks and things with him, so most of it hasn't changed, just a few things. If you have a stroke, if you struggle, you will still be able to have a happy life with your family.